We take a look at the 2026 regulations that are going to be revealed today. Red Bull is on the back foot as we await the Canadian GP, and Ocon's F1 future is in big danger. Before we get into the video, do consider subscribing. Let's get straight into the latest F1 news. Bernie Collins, a former Aston Martin strategy chief and current pundit, believes that Red Bull is facing a difficult situation. The upcoming Canadian Grand Prix poses several challenges, including increased competition, unpredictable weather conditions, and a track that demands a different approach. Despite these obstacles, Collins finds the race to be very exciting. Initially, Max Verstappen seemed poised to secure his fourth consecutive world title after winning 4 out of the first 5 races in the 2024 F1 season. However, the last 3 races have witnessed 3 different winners, indicating that the title battle is still wide open. Will Red Bull face challenges from rival teams and adverse weather during the Canadian GP? Lando Norris of McLaren surprisingly claimed his first F1 victory in Miami, but Verstappen retaliated in Imola by keeping Norris at bay. In Monaco, Charles Leclerc from Ferrari emerged victorious, while Verstappen struggled and finished in 6th place. Next on the calendar is the Canadian Grand Prix, where the threat of rain is expected to persist throughout the race weekend. Collins questions whether Red Bull can maintain their dominance amidst this brewing battle in the 2024 F1 season. During an interview with Sky Sports News, Collins highlighted the unique nature of the Canadian circuit compared to Monaco, emphasizing the presence of long straights that favor different types of cars. The focus will shift to straight-line speed rather than the technical aspects of the track. Additionally, Collins pointed out the uncertain weather conditions, which are likely to create mixed sessions, potentially leading to an intriguing race with either wet qualifying or a wet race that could shuffle the grid and produce an exciting outcome. Over the past 3 races, the gap between Red Bull and their competitors has significantly narrowed. Ferrari and McLaren have both demonstrated their ability to challenge Red Bull at various points in recent races. This shift in performance has made the championship standings much tighter than expected, leaving Red Bull on the back foot. The key question is whether Red Bull can learn from their experiences and bring upgrades to maintain their current position. As a prelude to the Canadian GP, Red Bull extended Sergio Perez's contract for 2 years. Perez aims to recover from a disappointing P8 finish in Imola and a DNF in Monaco, where he was involved in a collision during the first lap with the Haas drivers. However, Collins believes that the recent setbacks faced by Perez have given their rivals an opportunity to catch up, as he now trails Verstappen by 62 points in the Drivers' Championship. When asked if this is the most exciting Formula One season in recent years, Collins enthusiastically agreed, highlighting the close competition. Looking at the championship standings, he noted that there is a mere 24-point difference between Red Bull and Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, while Verstappen's lead in the Drivers' Championship is far from insurmountable. The outcome of the championship will be determined by small mistakes, reliability issues, and the success of team upgrades. Collins pointed out that the driver pairings of Ferrari and McLaren appear to be working better together than Verstappen and Perez. There is more balance in points distribution between the 2 drivers, which strengthens the challenge posed by these teams. They perceive an opportunity to capitalize on Red Bull's vulnerabilities. Fortunately for Red Bull, Verstappen has a strong track record at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, having won the race twice in a row. This familiarity and past success may work in their favor as they strive for yet another victory. The FIA has announced that the F1 2026 rules and regulations will be unveiled on Thursday, June 6, 2:30 p.m. UK, marking the first time they will be made publicly available. These regulations are expected to bring significant changes to the sport, affecting both the power units and chassis regulations simultaneously. The alterations to the regulations have been a topic of discussion for a while now, particularly regarding the power units used in Formula One. These changes constitute the most substantial adjustments since the introduction of turbo hybrid power in 2014. The upcoming changes will prioritize electrical power, aiming for a more balanced distribution between internal combustion and electric power. This shift will be achieved by tripling the power output of the MGU-K feature. Additionally, the power units will now employ sustainable fuel, making them entirely carbon-free. The pursuit of sustainability within the engines has been identified as a significant motivator to attract new manufacturers to the sport, such as Audi, as well as encouraging Honda's partnership with Aston Martin to develop a factory power unit. In 2026, Red Bull will also enter the scene as a manufacturer of their own power units under Red Bull Powertrains, with the support of prominent American automotive company Ford. Given that this is the next major reset of regulations in Formula One, teams that operate their own facilities are already dedicating resources to preparing their F1 2026 power units. This proactive approach aims to ensure a seamless transition and competitive advantage when the changes come into effect. Regarding the cars themselves, reports suggest that the chassis will be slightly shorter and potentially have a lowered minimum weight compared to the current models. This adjustment addresses the increase in size over time, necessary to accommodate the power units and additional safety features required as technology advances. Consequently, the cars in the 2026 season are expected to present both visual and auditory differences. The FIA's planned reveal will provide an initial glimpse into the rules and regulations, outlining what teams can and cannot do when designing their F1 2026 machines. Max Verstappen has expressed his approval and excitement regarding Sergio Perez's contract extension at Red Bull until 2026. He also provided some insights into his own future plans. Although Verstappen is already committed to the team until 2028, earlier this season there were concerns and speculations about his potential departure due to internal unrest at Red Bull and Mercedes showing interest in him. While much attention was given to the reigning world champion's future, there were also rumors circulating about the vacant second seat at Red Bull, as Perez's previous contract was set to expire at the end of this season. However, such speculations can now be put to rest as Red Bull confirmed on Tuesday that Perez has officially extended his contract with the team for the next 2 seasons. Verstappen, in his first remarks after the announcement, expressed his delight in continuing the successful partnership that he has built with the Mexican driver over the past few years. Verstappen went on to mention their remarkable 2023 season and further solidified his commitment to Red Bull by confirming that he would remain with the team for the next 2 seasons as well. Looking ahead to the upcoming race in Montreal, where he emerged victorious in 2022 and 2023, Verstappen stressed the significance of finding the right car setup for the RB20, especially after experiencing difficulties in Monaco. After a challenging weekend, Verstappen emphasized the importance of preparing adequately through extensive time at the factory and utilizing simulators in readiness for the Canadian Grand Prix. The Montreal circuit presents a unique challenge with its old-school curbs and numerous overtaking opportunities, making it crucial to strike a balance between straight-line speed and stability during braking. Verstappen expressed his enthusiasm for racing in Montreal, praising the distinctive scenery, the vibrant atmosphere of the city, and the passionate fans who will undoubtedly provide an unforgettable experience. Esteban Ocon might consider joining the World Endurance Championship as his options in Formula One seem limited. According to Craig Slater of Sky F1, Mercedes is not a possible destination for Ocon, which reduces his choices. Alpine is actively searching for a new Formula One driver for the 2025 season as Ocon will be leaving the team. However, it remains uncertain if he will find an opportunity to continue his Formula One career. Ocon, who is a product of the Mercedes Junior team, was speculated as a potential candidate to replace Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes, but Slater dismisses this possibility. Slater also dampens the idea of Ocon switching to Williams, narrowing down his options for the 2025 season and suggesting Haas as the most likely contender, although there are other drivers in the running as well. While Toto Wolff, the team boss at Mercedes, manages Ocon to an extent, Slater believes that if Wolff intended to place Ocon in Hamilton's seat, it would have already happened. Slater has explored various sources and found that many doors appear closed to Ocon at the moment. Slater questions whether Ocon could be a contender for the Audi seat, but Carlos Sainz seems to have an offer on the table from them. Sainz faces a decision between taking the Audi option or possibly going to Williams, which has emerged as a strong contender for his signature recently. Sainz is the most prominent driver who is currently a free agent, and his choice will impact the decisions made by other teams. While Williams may not be an option for Ocon, Haas seems to be his most likely chance to remain in Formula One. However, Oliver Bearman is expected to join Haas next year, leaving options open for drivers like Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, and the current Haas driver Kevin Magnussen, who has a slim possibility of staying. If Haas doesn't work out, then Ocon might consider the World Endurance Championship to continue his racing career. Ocon himself mentioned that he still considers himself a Mercedes Junior and maintains his association with the team. He states that discussions about his future are ongoing, and they will determine what path is best for him. In the present, Ocon and his Alpine teammate Pierre Gasly are working to help their team recover from a slow start in the 2024 Formula One season, with each driver having scored a point. George Russell expressed his optimism regarding Mercedes' power unit for the 2026 season, affirming that they are highly confident about entering this new era. Since 2014, Formula One has been governed by the current power unit regulations, which have propelled Mercedes to a position of dominance, with 8 consecutive constructors' titles from 2014 to 2021. Now, the question arises, can they maintain their success through the upcoming significant transformation? The 2026 Formula One season will witness not only an extensive overhaul of the chassis regulations, but also a major change in the power units. The focus will shift towards greater utilization of electrical power and the adoption of fully sustainable biofuels for the internal combustion engine. Toto Wolff, the team principal, and James Allison, the technical director of Mercedes, have already expressed their deep satisfaction with the team's preparations for the F1 2026 season. Now, George Russell adds his endorsement to this confidence when asked about his thoughts. In discussions with various media outlets, including PlanetF1.com, Russell conveyed, "Although 2026 may seem distant in ordinary terms, in the realm of Formula One, it will be upon us in no time. The team feels incredibly assured about this new era." He continued, "The team's previous experiences, the triumph in 2014 with the introduction of the new powertrain, along with their involvement in Formula E and the efforts devoted to the hypercar, have all contributed significantly. Many individuals within high-performance powertrains, HPP, possess extensive expertise in this forthcoming technology. Hence, I believe we are in an excellent position to deliver a formidable engine." Russell also highlighted the diligent work being carried out by Petronas on the fuel aspect. He remarked, "The progress made by Petronas towards fuel development looks immensely promising. Therefore, when it comes to the engine aspect, our confidence is soaring for the upcoming era." While Wolff believes Mercedes holds a very good position for the F1 2026 season, he emphasizes that success under the future regulations is not guaranteed. He said, "We are in a strong position for 2026, aiming high in terms of power units, batteries, and fuel. If we manage to create a solid chassis, we will be an appealing team. However, it's uncertain. I have a certain level of confidence in our capabilities and the resources of HPP. In 2014, we got things right, but there's no guarantee we'll achieve the same success in 26. Wolff continued, "Nonetheless, we are fully dedicated and have set ambitious targets to ensure that our power unit remains highly competitive. 2014 was an exploratory journey into the unknown due to the regulation changes, and this situation feels somewhat similar." Toto Wolff stated that Mercedes plans to capitalize on a positive performance during the Monaco Grand Prix by introducing additional upgrades in Canada. Both George Russell and Lewis Hamilton will have the updated front wing that Russell used in Monte Carlo. Furthermore, the team will also incorporate some other development items for the upcoming race in Canada, as confirmed by the Mercedes team principal. In the previous race, Russell secured 5th place while Hamilton finished in 7th. Hamilton showed impressive skills during the practice sessions in Monaco, using the older version of the front wing. However, Russell demonstrated his prowess with the new specification during qualifying and the race. Hamilton acknowledged that the new wing provided a gain of 0.2 of a second during the crucial qualifying lap in Monte Carlo. Therefore, both drivers will receive the updated part for the upcoming race. Although the new wing was a positive advancement for Mercedes, Wolff believes that it, along with other new parts, may offer even greater advantages in the forthcoming races. The team aims to narrow the gap with their rivals. Wolff expressed his satisfaction with the performance in Monaco, describing it as encouraging. They made consistent progress with the car, enhancing its overall balance and moving closer to the leaders. Although these advancements haven't yet translated into higher positions, Wolff believes they will in due course by closing the gap with the fastest cars. For the Canadian Grand Prix, both drivers will have the updated front wing, accompanied by other development items. The new wing brought a marginal improvement in lap times on the narrow streets of Monaco, but it is expected to provide even greater benefits on future circuits. Despite this, Wolff acknowledged the fierce competition at the front of the field. The competition has become more intense, and Mercedes is fully aware that other teams will continue improving. Hence, they recognize the need to work tirelessly to position themselves among the top contenders. Wolff expressed his appreciation for the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, highlighting its fantastic combination of low-speed corners and high-speed straights, which make for thrilling racing. Returning to Montreal is always a delight for the team due to the passionate F1 fans. Over the years, Mercedes has experienced many memorable moments at this circuit, and they hope to add to those during the upcoming race weekend. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next one.